Welcome back. In this session we're going to talk about logs. In the past, in olden days, people used to use what is called a patent log. It was a heavy impeller which was towed at the back of the ship using hourglass. The number of reels which were paid out were measured, and with time your speed to the water was measured. This was a very inaccurate way of measuring the speed of the vessel. There are two types of speed which we refer to in navigation. One is the speed through the water and another one is the speed over ground. Let's imagine the yacht moves from one place to another with that distance in an hour. That would be the speed to the water considering no current. However, if you put the current, the ship or the yacht will drift to another place. That would be measured as speed over the ground, which would be with respect to the seabed. These days we have digital means to measure the speed. You have Doppler log, which works on Doppler shift of frequency. You have EM logs, electromagnetic logs, and you also have impeller logs. We're going to have a look at how Doppler log works. Doppler log works on the Doppler shift of frequency. It sends a pulse out at a 60-degree angle, not perpendicular, because there would be no Doppler shift to measure. That would be transmitted at a particular frequency, and by the time the pulse comes back, the frequency would be in a different frequency. The Doppler measures the difference between these two frequencies, and which is directly proportional to the speed of the vessel. The bigger the difference, more the speed. Doppler gives you speed over ground in lower depths. However, it gives you speed to the water in deeper waters where it can't find the ground, and in that case you can use the speed for collision avoidance. The console would mention what speed it's showing, speed to the water, speed over ground. Doppler has errors like prone to rolling and pitching. It gives you erroneous speed. This can be avoided by using what is a Janus configuration. We're going to have a look at what Janus configuration is in a minute. Doppler is also affected by the fact that EM waves travel differently in different medium of water. So if the salinity or temperature changes, there will be errors because the speed of EM waves changes. Some newer versions do take into account the temperature of the water. Doppler also is affected by the nature of seabed. If soft seabed, then the EM waves don't come back on time, and then you have errors. Doppler uses something called Janus configuration, which is a beam sent out in all four directions. This not only enables you to get forward speed, it also gives you the half speed and also a third ship, port and starboard. It also cancels the effect of pitching. You also need to understand the electromagnetic log. Basically, there is a magnetic field which is generated by a magnetic coil. There is also a pickup coil perpendicular to this magnetic field. The electromagnetic theory states that if a conductor passes through the magnetic field, electricity is generated. Now, since seawater is a very good conductor of electricity, as the water passes through this magnetic field, electricity is generated, and that electricity is picked up by these pickup coils and shown as speed on the bridge. Faster the water moves through these magnetic field, more the electricity generated, and more these electricity is picked up by the pickup sensors, and more speed is shown on the bridge. EM log always gives you speed to the water. For a radar, you should always use speed to the water for collision avoidance. Finally, we have impeller log, which is not very accurate because it has basically an impeller which moves. It's very similar to anemometer, so due to the rotation you get the speed registered on the bridge. This kind of impeller log is very prone to errors, very inaccurate, prone to getting choked, and regular cleaning is required, and very erroneous in when going stone. Thanks for watching.